Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. What do we got today, Elijah?
We're talking about some stuff around the league and how Kirk School's injured now.
Is Mike Trout back, and is he going to get traded?
We're talking about how Povich and Young have really been struggling on this rotation.
Got some good news and bad news with some injured Orioles, Jordan Westbrook, Jackson Holiday, and Ryan Helsley.
We're going to dive into the bullpen struggles, how the Orioles gave up quite a bit of runs.
Here we go.
Welcome to the Eutaw Street Banter Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode here on the Eutaw Street Banter Podcast. I'm Cody. With me, like always, is Elisha, and he's actually with me.
I'm back home. Back home from school, so I can be here. I can tell him to his face that I don't agree with what he's saying.
Yeah, and I can tell him to his face, I don't care that he doesn't agree. All right. Well, another semester of college is over. Yeah. So congratulations. So
one more year.
One more year, going to your senior year.
I guess that's if I pass.
We'll
still
see.
Gotta make it through that year.
Yeah, you'll see how it goes. So like I said, glad you're home. Glad that we know summer is pretty much here. It's coming along, and so I guess if you want to get started, we will jump in with Around the League news with Elijah. Here we go.
Yeah, so I know the Orioles, which, by the way, it's going to take you all to remember this is Oriole Podcast, because I'm trying my best not to talk about the Orioles for quite a while. But Orioles been dealing with some injuries, but a much more consequential injury is Tarek Scoop. He's going to be out for a few months, it looks like. Elbow surgery to remove loose bodies from his elbow, which that just makes me think that there's just like dead people.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah,
is that what that means? Like I don't fully understand loose bodies. What's a loose? I'm assuming it's something medical. Bone stuck in there, which I don't understand how bone just is floating around your elbow.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're more medical smart than I am.
Yeah,
you're
physical therapy. Yeah, I can tell you. Yeah, right. I don't really know. Yeah. But it could be a number of things, but it's probably not dead people.
I would have to imagine it'd be pretty hard to have dead people. They'd have to really shrink them down.
Yeah.
But it sucks that he's hurt. And another Tigers thing that I think is really funny is a guy that Cody was really a big advocate for us to sign. And maybe it's okay that we didn't, because he had a rough game against the Red Sox. The Tigers, they're just main free agent guy that they got this year. Framber Valdez gave up 10 runs in 3 innings to the Red Sox and did the all-time classy move after giving up 10 runs, back-to-back home runs, of plunking the next guy and leading to a benches clearing brawl. And then he was tossed.
Well, it's not surprising.
I mean, I've done it on MLB The Show before.
But I will say, I would love to see life out of any of our pitchers like that. Because normally we just give up the 10 runs, and then that's it. We don't really do anything, say anything. It's not our fault.
And then our manager tells the fans just to be patient.
And so good times.
Another pitcher that's not an Oriole. Don't get me wrong. There are plenty of pitchers that are hurt that are Orioles. Like Eric Crochet's injured now.
Yeah, and it was perfect timing because it's right after he pitched against us. So we got to see him. He got to dominate us, and then he gets hurt.
And he did good against us, and was probably still injured during that start, which makes you realize how bad.
Yeah.
But he's out, and it's kind of funny. The top 2 guys for AL Cy Young, who'd have to imagine they were the top 2, like in voting odds and stuff. They're both out, and Scooble, he definitely won't be able to win it because he's not going to pitch nearly enough innings. And Crochet, if he comes back, I know it's 15-day IL retroactive to like last week, so he realistically could be back within another week or 2.
Right.
But if he's not, that really ruins everyone who went sports bet on all their stuff. And that's why you don't gamble, kids.
Yes. That's and speaking of gambling, if you have a gambling issue, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
it's called the number at the bottom of the screen while we tell you how great it is to gamble.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but if you do have a gambling issue and you just want to give us money, we'll put a Venmo link at the very bottom of the screen.
And I guarantee you'll see just as much return.
Yeah.
And you'll make my life much better than your life if you were to gamble.
Yeah.
But in a little bit sadder news, came out that I believe it was Sunday that John Sterling passed away. It was Sunday. John Sterling, longtime radio voice for the Yankees, he passed away. He hadn't been calling games since I believe 2024.
Yeah.
So I think his last series with the team was when they were in the World Series. It's a guy though has a perspective. I'll want to be broadcaster really. Someone that I could have looked up to, but at the same time it's Yankees, so like I try not to look up to anyone that calls Yankees games. But he was towards the end of his career he was struggling, but he was a class act and great broadcaster for many, many years. The Yankees are honoring him. They're gonna have a patch on their jerseys for the rest of the season, which is cool to see. I think when you hear him, like when he is on and you hear his voice, it kind of feels like it's baseball, right? Yeah.
I put him with like John Miller is my all-time favorite. John Miller does a radio for the San Francisco Giants, and then obviously, why am I forgetting his name? The Brewers. He just passed away. Radio announcer, Bob Uecker.
Yeah.
So like those guys, it's kind of sad seeing them go. John Miller's still there. If you guys have MLB TV, like where you can watch any MLB game, I always suggest this is if we're on the East Coast, so the Giants are always playing. So if you're trying to go to bed, you're trying to get to sleep, right? Turn on the Giants game and you can watch the Giants, but change the radio or change the audio feed to the radio, and it's John Miller talking, and it just like puts you in a good mood.
Yeah, I think
unless the Giants play the Orioles, because then it's probably great.
Yeah, I know. Radio is always, in my opinion, better to listen to. I think the radio broadcasters are, no offense to any TV broadcaster, but I think it's very different, obviously, but I think they're really good in what they do.
Yeah, so you're saying it's better to listen to radio announcers than watch it?
Yeah,
radio announcers.
Yeah, watching radio. TV announcers.
I know.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because like one of the guys I looked up to for a while, Vince Scully, he passed away years ago now. But there's kind of a lot of those guys that have been around for 40-some years are now going.
Yeah, it's always neat to like when you listen to the radio, especially the old guys. They'll tell you how Vince Scully used to always do it. He'd say now pitching Clayton Kershaw with the Dodger blue across his chest. Like he's like going into detail, so you're like riding in the car and you can see it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
In that picture.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it does stink though for someone that wants to get into that career, saying that now they're all the old guys are already gone and been replaced. So then if I want to try to replace them, I gotta wait another like 50 years for all the current guys to retire.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it goes. If you're good at your job, you die before you get fired.
True.
Unless you work for the Orioles, which you could say literally nonsense, and then they'll just fire you for no reason. Or suspend you for talking about it.
Yeah, right. For stating facts.
Yeah. A cool thing I did see that just happened though is so last season, Ichiro, his number got retired, 51, and they just unveiled a statue that broke immediately this year. But they just got Randy Johnson, his number 51 retired. So they have two 51s that are retired. So you double can't wear it if you're a man. But I think it's interesting. It's cool that
you're wearing it and you hear 2319 and like the yellow.
They immediately take it off you. But it's interesting because you don't see arguably two of the biggest players in that franchise's history in Ichiro and Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
And they both had the same number. I know I wasn't alive when it happened, but the story of Ichiro, like calling Randy Johnson, asking him for permission to wear 51.
That's really cool.
It's cool. And then I know they're going to have a statue, I think, that's going to get unveiled next season, I believe, of Randy Johnson, which I think you have to make it like 50 feet tall.
Yeah.
You got to, if you're listening, Mariners,
and then like
make a dead bird.
I was gonna say
to the side.
It would be neat if like he's still on the ball and then like 58 feet away is a bird.
A bird.
That would be sick.
That'd be pretty cool. Just have it like a string attached off it to another pole or something. I don't know. You guys can make it work. Now, this is the most Orioles thing ever. The Orioles didn't do it, but it wouldn't surprise me if this was another thing. The Reds walked 7 straight batters.
That's crazy.
I'm going to be honest. So
at some point you get a tee out, right?
As a pitcher,
put it right on there.
Everyone that's ever been pitcher, you've gotten to the points where you're walking a couple guys, and no one ever wants to do it. But I would much rather underhand lollipop throw it up, let them hit a grand slam or something off me, than walk in that many.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't even understand. That's just rough. But is that not the most Orioles thing ever?
Yeah, I mean, that just sounds like something that you're absolutely right. That sounds like I would be complaining about currently about that happening.
Yeah.
So
So, and getting to some Orioles news before we're too much into Orioles. I don't know how to put this in a serious way, but it happened to everybody. Jim Palmer ate a chicken wing.
Yeah, Elijah actually, because the Orioles have been struggling so much, thought that he wanted to do an entire segment on this. I vetoed that, thank God. But
I don't know. I was watching when it happened. It was pretty funny.
But I will say is he was talking like negative, like only poor people eat chicken wings, and then he ate it. He was like, "Actually, this is pretty good."
Then he starts. It's greasy. It is deep fried.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's like, I don't eat chicken wings with you poor folk. What do you?
Yeah, and like I don't understand. Like it's just kind of funny. Like that's not something you would have ever thought someone's not had. Like chicken wings, like a pretty basic food, and like it's just chicken. Everyone, like most people eat chicken. Yeah. So I don't know. It's interesting that I never had. But
have you ever thought about this? How it's very like first world problems to like. I never eat chicken. I only eat chicken breast. Like give me the whole chicken, but I only want this and this.
To be fair, I think
and that's for all of Americans, by the way. No. I mean that's like all Americans. It's like when
white meat only.
What other time period?
Yeah.
Could you say can you imagine if you could go back in time with medieval times and be like, I only eat the white.
Only white.
Anyway, sorry, I wouldn't take. Yeah.
That's gonna be if he decides when he's editing this, if he puts a graphic up there, I'd
like right.
AI Cody with like a medieval knight asking for white.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
We'll see what he can do. Well, I think I was clever just writing this in our notes. So firing your manager works, kind of. For the Phillies, I don't think you could be less happy with your situation now. To be fair, the Phillies had a great backup plan. I think Don Downing
for real. You're absolutely right. And I mean, also they probably heard from last week that I was telling everybody that they're going to come back up and they're going to win the division.
Yeah. No, that's why I know I was saying that I thought the Mets were going to be on the come up. And I guess they just forgot that they also need to fire their manager. So if they were to do that, I believe they'd be fine because I think that might be one of the problems because they're still awful. But the the Phillies are looking better. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They're 15-20 now, only 5 games out of the playoff spot. You just gotta get up to 500 pretty much.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Braves are well ahead of them in their division, but behind that, if you're looking at the standings right now, Nationals are 16-19, and then right behind them is the Marlins. Right behind them is the Phillies, the Phillies and Nationals are 16-20 after Monday night, so they're both tied. And Marlins so they're second in the conference division. Geez, sorry.
The conference.
Apparently, basketball and hockey playoffs really got to the conference.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Phillies are talented. I do. I think, but who knows? They still got a ways to go. The Braves are 9 games up. It's going to be a heck of a story to say that at the end of the year, if the Phillies do win the division, that they had a 9-game deficit and they kind of overcame it. So anyway. Now that we're finally done talking about the non-Orioles related news of the day, let's get to everybody's favorite part of the day, and that is Elijah's.
This one, I will say, is very gettable, everyone.
I'm not going to.
Okay, so as of right now, we're recording on Tuesday, May 5th, and on May 5th, 2021, something big.
Today's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. There we go. Sorry, Taco Tuesday as well. On May 5th.
And we're here with you.
On 2021, May 5th. What happened that day in Orioles history?
All right, on 2021, May 5th. Oh, this is opening day. No.
May 5th is not opening day.
No, for 2021? Didn't we start off early? Late?
No.
Dude,
2020 started late.
Oh, you're right.
You're 2021.
Right. Sorry.
So 2021 is the best pitching performance by an Oriole in my lifetime.
Were we there?
No, it was an away game. It was in Seattle.
So John Means?
Yeah, John Means no-hitter.
Wow.
Yeah. Exactly. Wow. 6 years ago today, and it really frustrates me because that should have been a perfect game. Do you want to know the only reason it wasn't a perfect game?
Was it an error?
Pedro Severino dropped third strike between his legs. Didn't guy reach first base.
Dang.
Faced 28 batters instead of the 27. That's the only. He got 28 outs.
Wow. That's crazy. And to think we thought we had something.
And then to think Pedro Severino left us and got suspended with the Brewers for EDs.
Really?
Yeah.
I forgot about
Just a couple years ago, though.
Well, that's back when we used to just get Pirates after Pirates. If only we could do that again and get a pitcher. Any of the three that they got, really.
I'm going to be honest. There's a lot of guys I take for the Pirates.
Right. I mean, or the shortstop pitcher. No, I'm just...
shoot.
Honestly. Who would have thought we'd ever say that?
Our first baseman?
Yeah,
I'd take O'Hearn back.
Yeah, right. So, God, can you imagine?
Closer?
If O'Hearn was on our team, he'd again be our best player right now.
Yeah.
That's insane. So it's not a fluke. Which, good for O'Hearn, because I like the guy.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
We're going to get off of around the league news and still focus on something that's not Orioles before we get depressed. I want to talk about Mike Trout.
Mike Trout.
Yes. Mike Trout is having an amazing season, and I love to see it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love to see it. This season, 1.7 WAR in 35 games. He right now leads the league in walks. He's got a 250 batting average, 955 OPS. In his OPS plus 168. It's not bad either. Looking pretty good so far. This is more like vintage Mike Trout than we've really ever seen before at his age 34 season.
Yeah. It's crazy to me because at this time he's played 35 games and he has 34 walks. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I don't know if you know this, but that's almost averaging a walk a game.
That's some good math there. Almost. Is it slightly more or slightly less?
It's slightly less.
Okay, good job. Like my favorite thing is if you look at his past two seasons. Now, granted, 2024 he was hurt, only played 29 games, but in 2025 he played 130 games and he's already got more WAR than that.
It's crazy.
Well, the main thing that I do want to ask you about Mike Trout is after this amazing season he's been having so far, there's some discourse about whether he's going to get traded.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously, we'd love to have him in, center field.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kobe Mayo for Mike Trout.
Done. Can you imagine the jerseys sold? That would be like, I remember, this is how it would go, everybody. I'm going to tell you right now. When Sammy Sosa got traded to the Orioles, right at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was after steroids. So, that kind of was a downfall. If we could have got him in the middle of the steroids, that would have been.
Yeah.
But no, you can definitely see if he's hitting like this, anybody would want him, correct?
Yeah. I couldn't imagine you wouldn't. He's a top player in the league. And he's under contract until 2030, not a free agent until 2031. So, okay. Now, question. So, he plays center field. So, let's say we trade Colton Cowser. Or no.
We're going to be selling.
So, let's say we trade. So are the Angels, though. So, why couldn't we sell / buy? Because you sell and you get prospects, or you can go get Mike Trout for the same prospects.
Completely agree. I just know how that works.
So, what if we were to trade Dylan Beavers? And would you say Dylan Beavers, Samuel Basayo for Mike Trout?
No.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
But
I don't care if he's all, and this might get people upset. I don't care. He could be off for the rest of his career. I would almost debate trading Gunnar. I would trade Gunnar Henderson for Mike Trout.
No, I wouldn't. I don't believe that. No, but you would think
Mike Trout plays 5 years on your team. You retire.
You're not getting as much. I think if you're going to trade anybody and you're going to try to, Rutschman would be the one that you could get.
They're not going to want him because he's only got 1 year.
I know.
And realistically, this is his last season anyway.
Well, do we have any hurt pitchers that they'll want? Because it worked out last.
Yeah, let's see.
Any
of them?
Yeah, right. Like,
any of them?
Can we get?
Wait, guys. Let's start discourse. Brandon Young is the best pitcher in the world.
Probably the best. And Povich,
I think,
too.
honestly, if we were to trade him and Povich, the Angels would win that trade.
I mean, they could have a Povich, Young, and Rodriguez starting three.
And then they already have Jose Soriano, who's really good. So that's a playoff.
I just don't know how they don't win the whole thing. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I think, he's obviously probably going to be a Yankee or something.
My fear, I'd have to imagine, not 100% certain on his contract details, have to imagine he has a no trade clause somewhere in there, or like he has to approve it. And if that's true, he would only waive it for certain teams.
Phillies.
And that would have to be the Phillies. I honestly, the only team I could see him going to is the Phillies.
Yeah.
Now, my problem is, who could the Phillies give up for him? I honestly have no clue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because like you look at the Orioles, we could actually realistically put together a package for 5 years of Mike Trout or 4 years of Mike Trout.
Yeah.
But we wouldn't. I guarantee, not even kidding you guys though. Look, say hypothetical, not gonna happen. But if Mike Trout was to be traded to the Orioles tomorrow, the next time you saw me, I would be in a Mike Trout orange jersey, and that's all I would ever wear. That would, I don't even care. The Orioles can make me so happy, even though how bad we are. If we were to go get like Mike Trout, go trade for Andrew McCutchen just because.
God sake.
At this point, just start making my child.
No, yeah, just like you just want your favorite players from the Orioles.
Can we get Clayton Kershaw back in the league?
God sake.
Wait, what's Madison Bumgarner up to?
Oh yeah, dude, you loved him. Yeah.
Okay, now real talk. What is Wei Yen Chen up to?
Yeah.
Couldn't be worse than some of the guys we got in rotation.
You're not wrong. Yeah.
Him or Albert Suarez.
Speaking of some guys that have struggled, our next segment we want to talk about some of our just amazing pitchers that we have here, especially Povich, Brandon Young, who just struggled just a little in the last few starts.
And so it's really not even the last few starts. It's just their last starts because they had been doing really well until they played the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Young was doing really good in AAA. So if he could just stay there and pitch, he's good.
Yeah, like this is the problem. If you were to look at Povich this season, he's got a 4.41 ERA in 16 innings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fairly certain going into the game against the Yankees, he had like a 2 ERA.
Mm.
It's not what it needed to be against the Yankees. But was anything? Yeah, I
don't know if anybody realizes this, but we're not doing box scores this week.
No,
we lost. That's what happened. Every game.
Yeah, he had a 2.19 ERA going into that game.
Yeah,
giving up 3 runs all season. Povich did so. And then Brandon Young, he also didn't do great. So I honestly though, I know what the problem was. Is I picked
they were playing other big league teams.
Well, I picked both of them up on my fantasy team.
Got shelled.
And so that was my fault.
I believe you.
Shouldn't have tried to get them on my team.
Yeah.
But Brandon Young, his stats look rough now because of that game too.
Yeah, he definitely struggled, but nobody looks as bad as Luke Trevino, who he just signed a minor league deal to, who came in.
Major league deal.
Was it a major?
It was a major.
I'm sorry.
That's how he was able to come straight.
My bad. He got 2 outs and gave up 6 runs.
Is that an 81 ERA?
It is an 81. Yeah. So at least it's not infinity.
So guys, just remember that the whole. I know everyone says ERA, but some people might not understand what ERA. ERA is it's your earned run average. It's how many runs you give up over 9 innings.
Yeah.
So if you were to pitch 9 innings, you give up 81 runs.
As long as
which the Orioles have had bad games this year, but we've never done that bad. You know who has a better ERA than him? Weston Wilson.
Yeah.
Weston
Wilson is a better pitcher than he is a fielder. I guarantee it because my man looks lost out there.
He's not been terrible at the plate, at least. At least there's something to do. If you could combine maybe him and Kobe Mayo, they might actually be a good player.
Sure. It's
You know what I want to talk about, though?
What do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about some of our hurt guys.
Okay.
I promise it's only 3 of them, not all of them.
Yeah. Oh, I have a crazy thing to say real quick. I don't remember the exact number, and that's not good for a podcast. But last year, I believe we had 29 injuries on the whole season from the big league club. And this year we're at 14. And last year I was sitting here, you're doing the podcast and, just even off screen, and you go, this is such a fluky thing. Like, people just keep getting hurt. This is crazy. I can't wait till this year's over so everybody can get healthy. We can just dive into to next year healthy. And daggone, if it doesn't happen again, and, the people that get hurt are, young people.
The only thing that I can imagine is that this training staff is actively telling them not to stretch, to lift 400-pound dumbbells before anything. That's their only workouts is to lift the heaviest things possible. We're only run in mud.
It's like a few weeks ago, it just felt like literally every day.
Yeah.
At 1 or 2 people are going out. That was just insane. But
we need to, honestly, first course ask, we have to just get rid of the training staff. What else is, what's genuinely the answer? Unless are we just so cursed that all of the guys are just so injury-prone?
Because I was talking.
The only thing that makes me feel better, sorry to interrupt you, is that Grayson Rodriguez is still hurt when he's gone. That's the only thing that makes me feel a little bit better about him. But like I'm fully confident if Jordan Westbrook were to leave the Orioles by the end of this year, he'd be like an MVP candidate.
It's just I was telling one of my friends, he's a Yankee fan, and he's looking at the lineup. He's like, I don't even know half the people on your team. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, our Mountcastle over at first is hurt. At this point, Rogers was still hurt. Second base is Holiday's hurt. Third base is Westbrook's hurt. And then at that point too, O'Neal was hurt in the outfield. And it's just like comical. It's like, and then you look at our pitchers and nobody knows these guys. It's just, yeah. But anyway, Jordan Westbrook is, he started throwing, starting his rehab, and obviously he had elbow pain, so he's being shut down again. I fully expect him to be out for the rest of the season. I mean, and
he's gonna have to get Tommy John.
Yeah,
I'm sure. That's what's because it was already he had the was it the PRP?
Yeah,
it's called the PRP injection. I think they should have just bit the bullet and gotten him Tommy John for making off the rest. Because if we remember, I think it was 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, when Bryce Harper had the same problem.
Yeah,
where he had to get Tommy John and he couldn't throw, and that's really what ultimately led him to playing first base.
Yeah, true.
And I'm not saying that's gonna happen. Westbrook's a lot younger than Harper was when this happened. But my main thing with him, I just don't understand. Just bite the bullet, get him Tommy John. He'd come up and be a DH towards the end of the season. If you by week 2 of the season realize that he needed PRP injections, you should have just gotten Tommy John. He would be back by the end of the year, only hitting. I don't understand it.
Yeah. And then the next guy, Jackson Holliday, is now getting ready to begin his rehab again. I think this is the second or third time. Each time his hand hurts and he has to stop.
Well, and that's to be fair, we knew that this was, once he got injured in spring training, we knew this was a possibility. We said that he could be possibly ready by opening day. Then he also might not be ready till early May. I'm hoping this time it's actually coming back.
Yeah, it's just frustrating.
Yeah.
I think it's frustrating because you look at like Corbin Carroll, who had the same surgery.
And Francisco Lindor.
And they're all, Francisco Lindor's hurt from something totally different.
But he was playing.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. So
I think it's whatever. They're not eating their Wheaties.
Okay. The Wheaties, if you want to sponsor us.
Does Wheaties even know what if Wheaties might be too old school for podcasts?
Yeah, right.
They might not know anything.
Yeah, they're still radio.
Yeah.
Are you eating your?
They still think Cal Ripken Jr.'s.
Yeah, right. And then Ryan Helsley is getting ready to come back to start his rehab. I really hope so, because it would be really nice to have him there. Because my goodness, it would be.
Blaze Alexander's looking rough.
Yeah. So he's starting throwing. Obviously he's going to be reevaluated later in the week to determine, if he's ready to begin rehab assignment. So, but he is beginning to throw a baseball, so.
Yeah. I mean, the one good thing is he's going to come back, and I give him 2 appearances before he blows a save.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be fine, ultimately.
Yeah. I know he's no Dietrichens, but,
You're right. He's no Dietrichens.
It's, man, just to keep talking about fun things, Elijah, he asked that we talk about our bullpen.
It's more, I just wanted to bring up this stat. We gave up 18 runs in the 7th inning or later against the Yankees. Hey, you want me to make you feel better about that?
Oh, go ahead, man.
At least, though, 4-game set, right? Just remember, 4 games, 18 runs, 3 innings across 4 games. Oh, it's awful. 13 of those 18 were in 2 games. So, really, if you think about it, in 2 games, we only gave up 5 runs in the last 3 innings.
Gosh. It's so bad. It's so bad, especially, I think it was just, it would have been as bad if that was the Rockies that beat us like that. But it's just the Yankees. It just stinks. And it kind of just makes you realize, we're not good. We're not good. We're not a good baseball club. And, you can, as I've said this before, you can call us not real Orioles fans because this is how we feel. We're supposed to stick with our team. But at some point, you just got to be realistic. I mean, at some point, you got to go, is the young guys not what we thought they were? Like, is, Cowser, at some point, you're going to have to turn the corner there. At some point, you're going to have to go Mayo,
I'm done on Mayo.
and
Done on Cowser already.
just, it's one
Call
of
me a fake fan if you. I don't care. They're awful.
it's just, yeah, I mean, it's that young core that everybody was talking about for so long ends up only really pulling out two, really, and that's Gunnar, who is batting under 200 pretty much, and Rutschman.
And Basayo.
Yeah, but that wasn't that. Yeah, I'm talking about that big core that was coming.
All the white guys that look the same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And because at that point you had,
I guess,
at that point you had Stowers, Cowser, Henderson, Kerstead, Rutschman, Mayo,
and then you also had
Joey Ortiz,
Grayson Rodriguez, Joey Ortiz, DL Hall.
Yeah, and two. Well, three. I'll give Stowers.
Yeah, I mean, he looked good when he was with us still.
Yeah.
That was when we thought everyone was good, though.
Yeah.
And boy, were we wrong.
Couldn't have been more wrong. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just frustrating to see that.
It's okay. This is what I want everyone to do if you're still listening. Go look at the Cubs roster and what they've done. I believe when Mike Elias started the job, the end goal was the Cubs. What the Cubs are right now is what he wanted. They have their young guys. They have Peter Armstrong. They have Matt Shaw, Michael Busch. And so I know some of them are somewhat struggling, but still doing okay. You even have, like I say, Suzuki, who's not a young guy, but you brought him over from overseas.
Yeah.
He's where you started. So he was a rookie. You have some of your young pitchers who they've struggled with injuries, but they've been able to fight through it. But then they also have Alex Bregman. They have the guys that they need to be there. That's, I think, what was supposed to, I think that was like what the Orioles should have been. That's what the Orioles should have been.
Yeah. And I mean, until the Orioles get a legitimate starting pitching rotation, we're not going to compete. That's the biggest thing is we keep doing this crap where we get the old guy, the Charlie Morton-esque, which is Chris Bassett, and then we'll get the guy that, he's underrated in the other team's system. And then you get him, you realize, oh crap, no, he's just not that good, but we'll pay him $70 million. And it's just, until you get a legitimate major league starting rotation, you are not a World Series contender. And if that's not your goal, then I don't know why you're here. And like I said, it's just my rant about how you do the same thing expecting a different result.
Yeah, and you want to know, this is a team I want you to look at. Look at the Yankees. Talk about starting rotation. Their starting rotation, at least their main four guys, is amazing. Highest ERA is a 3.03.
Yeah,
Ryan Weathers. That is why they are so good. And then if you look at their lineup, it's not that great. Half their lineup is batting like Austin Wells 198, Josh Chisholm 213, Ryan McMahon 202 batting average, Trent Grisham 176, even Stanton's now hurt, but 256. Goldschmidt's 179. Jason Dominguez is doing okay, but they're not
much being
really
held by
great.
two people.
It's Ben Rice, Ben Rice, Cody Bellinger's been okay, and Judge.
Yeah,
that's
three people.
That's okay when your starters go 7 innings every single game and give up 2 runs.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah,
and look at what they did against us.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, the best game the Orioles did was we gave up only 7. That's the least amount of runs we gave up.
How many of those were from the starter that game? I don't remember who started.
I don't know. It didn't pull it up. But I mean, so anyway, so this week coming up, obviously we are playing the Marlins, and then we have the Oakland A's this weekend at home. So currently we're away versus the Marlins. Then we are home versus the Oakland A's, and then I feel like we can do good in these 2 series. That being said, I don't know. But say we do well. Say we go. Say we go 4 for 6 and we win both series. Then we got the Yankees again at home. On Monday, May 11th, we do play the Yankees at home. And good news is it's healthcare appreciation night.
Okay.
So maybe they can come on the field and help us out.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
okay. This is my optimism of the day. Orioles play the A's later this week. In 2023, we went into a series against the A's, and we're below 500, granted it was like 15 games of this season, and left it above 500, we didn't dip below it again. So it's possible that that's what happens here. Love to see it. Probably won't, but that's my optimism for the day.
All right, and we hope that you're optimistic and you will join us next week on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow everything. Remember, if you're watching us, we are on YouTube. If you're listening to us, you're probably listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Remember to follow our website, as that stays updated as much as we can, eutawstreetbanter.com. And yeah, on all our socials, hit that up. We're on Facebook, X, TikTok, all that good stuff. So yeah, we definitely love that. I can't believe that you guys are following us as much as you are in this sad time. But if you're sad and you're upset and you're ticked off, just remember, watch our show. You know why? Because we are you. We feel exactly the way you feel. And yeah.
We should release 2 versions of every episode. Like one of us just is not like you cut out the audio, so like they can respond in anger.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help. Maybe we turn it into like a therapy session.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna do one episode where we're like normal, and the next episode we're just full of hate.
I couldn't be. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't be happy for that.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you all so much for listening to us on another week. We will see you next week here on the eutawstreetbanter.com or here on the Eutaw Street Banter podcast.
That's just fun.
Yeah, we're on both. See you next week, guys.
See ya.
Thanks.